just pulled up to film an episode of Van Talk, get camera ready, get GoPro out and that. I've had to nip back. I actually nipped back home for GoPro and for some diesel, but just forgot to go for diesel, so I'm like running round on empty. But this one is like, it really, like owning a business, like we know, they're stressful and that, but I was coping really well. Like, this is only like recently as well, like really I thought, I used to catch myself and think, God, it's really not bothering me how much work we're doing, I'm just not getting stressed at all. But there's an old friend of mine who I'd known only from Facebook, from paving group for a long time. And I can't remember, I think he'd messaged me to say you're doing well, see loads of stuff, it's good. And I knew that this man had he was down south and he had a great good business, really good at his job, great top business, doing really well. And he says, no, he said, no, I work for somebody now. I've just, he says, just with stress, all that, it's just not worth it. Too much sorting stuff out. And since then, this might be about only 2 or 3 weeks, just something weird happened where it like something switched. And I started thinking about them sort of things, like, is it worth it and that? And getting really stressed and het up about stuff. But like we know, it's this pressure that people have, I think, in trades, it's to customers, isn't it? That's what it comes down to. It's dealing with customers, and it's a very strange thing to do, to rely on people for your work, sort of thing. It really is. And then I've got some notes here. Getting professional in this page. Yeah, pressure of business, inspiration. So that was inspiration for that person that did that. But the thing is, it's not like I'm not going to change, I'm just going to carry on like we are. But I've just took a little step back a bit, which is what biggest thing I can say to somebody is, God, don't get het up and that, and really calm down about things, because it don't get no sorted. You can end up in a right mess, like I'm sure you all know. I used to get like wide awake at night and that, like figuring out how you're gonna make this work. You've got lads to pay, you've got to make sure they're doing something, and now I just don't really bother about all now. It's a dodgy junction, that. I just stay pretty laid back about it, to be honest, all that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just something that Reddit said that probably worth talking about, because there was a lot of people in that sort of situation. It's not just now, because it is busy, but there was a time where on paving groups and stuff, well, no, it still goes on. I'm not on as much, but there were people just leaving. Oh, it's not like daily, just jacking in and stopping doing it. Because the landscaping and building, it's a very hard industry to be in, like construction. It's very difficult. Like, you're not selling a product and you can just scale up, and there's so many variables, like with customers. And then if you want to expand, you've got to get people who are capable, who are skilled. They want a lot of money, so you carry that sort of thing with you as well. The admin sort of thing's a massive part of it. Like us at minute, the enquiries for messages, it's ridiculous. You would not believe the amount of enquiries we have. It's a full-time job keeping up with it. And then your social media and that, if you choose to do that, you don't have to. But people say, oh, I don't need to do this and do that. Well, we're on about having a proper good sizable business, not just like making do sort of thing. So there's a lot of if you want to do that, it takes a lot out of you. It comes at a massive cost. But like this weekend, I've not done anything because I was stressed backhanded last week, so I've not done anything. and it's just sort of brought it back a bit, really, calmed me down. But it's got to be very mindful of it, getting stressed like that. It is really too much. One thing I missed about, obviously, biggest draw is that when you're on your own thing, there is no 9 to 5 or like that. It's like 24/7, so it gets you in your sleep as well. So I do see the big thing for people when they've been through a lot, and it's like when you get to go to work and you just leave job there. Obviously, every job you think about it, but not probably to the level of that, and you can go have your stuff there for you. You don't have to sort on it like that. So I can see big attraction with that. Could it be something I'll do one day? Like, probably not no, because we've got a lot of things going on. But I see why it's a massive thing, especially more recently. I think that's why there's more people that sort of freed themselves up to come into them normal jobs, because it's got harder and harder as things went more expensive. Customer expectations went up along with that, and the thing is, what materials that went sky high, nobody were earning any more money, but because things have got a lot more, they're expecting more. And not that anyone's trying to not do certain things or anything like that, but some of them demand a lot because they think whatever, this 20 grand job, they're giving you 20 grand, and they're not, like we know, they're giving you, I don't know, about 5 or something by the time you've done with, well, if that, by the time you've done with everything. So you've got that going on, that added pressure on people. I think this is why probably a lot's gave in, and just the draw of being able to go, turn up, 9, 5, 8, 4. I think that's really attractive to some people. And one thing, when you've got families, because it just demands all your evenings, doesn't it? It really does. It sucks life out of you. So you can try going away for holidays. I think that's a good thing to do to revitalise stuff. You don't need much of a break, because sometimes you've got to, when you're in a business, you're obviously earning more than you would in a normal job. So it's going to come at a cost. You can't have it always. Even if you said, oh, I'm not going to answer messages at night and weekend, but people are like, they're at work. So if you're going to quote jobs, it's going to be evenings, weekends, or if they want to message and talk or ring you, it's probably going to be evenings or weekends because they're at work. So it's crazy, really. You can't employ someone to do that for you because there ain't that much money in this anymore. That's probably why a lot have given and all, because by the time you're done, the money you're sort of left with, you think, I might as well, for sake of a few hundred quid a week less, I could just be going to work and be done with it, sort of thing. But that'd be a lot easier life, and I think that's what my friend did realise, really. I'm sure a lot of others will realise that as well. I think when you start to get people working with you, like teams and that, it can get very stressful. My main one is just making sure they're doing something. The work don't matter because we've got that much, it's ridiculous. But I get quite stressed about making sure they're doing something, because I feel like I need to keep them team so they're working all the time, and some things are just too out of my control. I can't make stuff happen. But we managed to hold it together, and sometimes you've just got to be like, look, that's not worked. Let's just have a toddle about sort of thing and go steady. It's just how it is. Because that can eat you up as well, but that's just how things are. You can't fake some things. And when you're relying on suppliers, aggregates, paving, bricks, builders, merchants, machines, you just can't. Things happen. So don't get yourself beat up about that as well. But these are things that you've got to look forward to for all the young ones wanting to come in. But it's still, I wouldn't do hotels. It's all I know how to do now. We're going to petrol stations. I still haven't been for any. But yeah, if there's any, put your comments in below. I know there's Scott from Tidy Bricks who who stopped with it, who came out of landscaping. I'm sure you've all got your stories about trades. I see a lot that used to be in them and they've stopped. And I mean, is it best thing you've ever done? Do you miss it? Because by people that I know, they don't miss it. They might miss certain aspects of it, like the actual job and that, but you've got to be your own, being your own boss. But it don't end up like that. Like what I said to somebody yesterday when having a talk discussion like that. Our business owns us. We don't own it anymore, and that's sort of really backwards. So we're trying to get some things in place, trying to build a better system for it, because it'll just drain everything out. And I think that's how people end up getting in, trying to make things right, and then even ordering materials, you've got all that thing, and then they're not in, and then you're dealing with them, and this has gone wrong, and money you've got to lay out for tools and big like machines and that. It's crazy really when you think of industry, and it's, I think, why you get a lot of sort of cowboys that's in it, because they don't care. Like, because if you care in this game, you probably will end up jacking in, because if you've got something about you, it's very stressful, so you probably will, you'll care too much, it'll get to you and you'll have to stop. Whereas them that don't give a shit about anyone, who'll just go around ripping people off and stuff like that, they're not bothered one iota. They're ones who tend to stay in it. So it's like a little self-fulfilling prophecy sort of thing, are they staying in it, and it's awful really, isn't it? I mean, there's some terrible things that go on, and that's landscapers and builders. I know you get other things too in other trades, you get them as well. But yeah, comment below what your trade story is, what you've ended up doing, what you used to do and what you do now. So yeah, see you later.